Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today I am going to start a new topic, state of matter. State of matter. State of matter. So, what means state of matter? State of matter consists of solid, liquid, and gases. So our first question comes, what is a matter? What is a matter? Anything that occupies space and have mass is called matter. So what mean occupy space? Occupy space mean take some space. And what mean mass? Mass mean outer body. Anything that occupies space and has mass is called matter. So example of matter are bed. Okay, what about bed? Bed is also a matter because it can occupy space and it also have mass. So bed is also a matter because it occupies space. It takes some space and it have mass. It have its outer body. So that's why bed is also an matter. What about cupboard? Yes, cupboard is also a matter because it also occupies space and have mass. So that's why cupboard is also a matter. Three kinds of matter. Solid. What about solid? Solid means that it have a definite shape and a definite volume. For example, wood. Wood also have a definite shape. It did not take the shape of the container and it have a definite volume. So that's why it did not flow in the air or anywhere. So as you can see, solid, this is a solid. Now what about liquid? Yes, liquid has a definite volume but don't have a definite shape, because when you put a liquid in any jar or in any glass, it can come from one jar to another jar easily because it does not have a definite shape. It takes the shape of the container. If you put a liquid in a jar or in a glass, it will take the shape of the container. But solid do not take the shape of the container. So that's why liquid do not have a definite shape, but it have a definite volume. As you can see this picture, this is water. Water is also a liquid. So it have a definite volume, but it not have a definite shape. So that's why it take the shape of the container. What about gas? Gas. For example, gas do not have a definite shape nor definite volume. So gas do not have a definite shape. So that's why when you put it in any container, it will take the shape of the container. And a gas do not have any volume, so it can flow in the air. That's why a gas can flow in the air. As you can see here, this is nitrogen. You can see it is taking the shape of the container, but it is flying in the air. Yes. So that is the difference between solid, liquid, and a gas. Now, our first question. What is a solid? A solid has a definite shape and a definite volume. So as I tell you that, in last page I tell you that a solid have a definite shape and a definite volume, so that's why it do not take the shape of the container. It does not take the shape of the container. I tell you before, it does not take the shape of the container because it have a definite shape. It does not flow in the air. Why? Why a solid does not flow in the air? Because it have a definite volume. examples of solid are wood. Yes, wood. So when I will say wood, you should say in mind that it is a solid. So wood is also a solid. It does not take the shape of the container and it does not flow in the air. Now what about bricks? Bricks is a thing from which we made our house or any building. So brick is also a solid because it does not take the shape of the container. It doesn't flow in the air. Now as you can see, this bricks, as you can see this wood and this bricks. Now next, what is a liquid? What is a liquid? A liquid has a definite volume but not definite shape. It takes the shape of the container. Yes, so before I have tell you that a liquid does not have a definite shape but it have a definite volume. So that's why it takes the shape of the container but it cannot flow in the air because it have a definite volume. So these are examples. Milk. What about milk? Milk is also a liquid because it takes the shape of the container. It means that a liquid takes the shape of the container and it cannot flow in the air because it have a definite volume. So as you can see here, this is a milk, and if we will put a milk in a one jar, it can go easily to the other jar because it has a definite volume but not a definite shape. So that's why it can go to another jar easily. Now what about water? Water is also a liquid because it also go from one jar to another jar easily. So that's why a liquid has a definite volume but not a definite shape. So as you can see, this is the water. What about oil? Yes, oil is also a liquid because it have a definite volume but not a definite shape. So you should understand the difference between solid, liquid and gas. Oil has a definite volume. So that's why a liquid cannot flow in the air. It don't have a definite shape. So that's why it can go from one jar to another jar. So come on, oil. What about oil? Oil is also a liquid because it also takes the shape of the container but it does not flow in the air because it have a definite volume. Now next topic. What is a gas? So now our next topic is what is a gas? A gas has neither a definite shape or nor volume. So this is our third topic, that a gas can flow in the air. It takes the shape of the container because it does not have a definite shape nor a definite volume. It can flow in the air. It takes the shape of the container. So before I tell you that a gas take the shape of the container, but it can take the shape of the container because it do not have a definite shape. A gas do not have a definite volume, so it can flow in the air. Now come some examples. Oxygen. What about oxygen? Yes, oxygen is also a gas. So that's why it can flow in the air and it take the shape of the container. As you can see, this is O2 oxygen in the mountains. Now come on, nitrogen. Yes, this is a special thing. Nitrogen is also a gas. So that's why it takes the shape of the container and it can flow in the air. So as you can see here, this is the nitrogen. You can see it takes the shape of the container and it is flowing in the air because gas do not have a definite volume. Carbon dioxide. What about carbon dioxide? Carbon dioxide, as you can see here, carbon dioxide is also a gas. So that's that's why it don't have a definite shape nor a definite volume. So that's why it takes the shape of the container and it can flow in the air. Now come to the next topic. What is a molecule? Is the new topic. What is a molecule? All matter, solid, liquid and gas made from tiny particles is called molecule. So as I tell you that what are solid, liquid and gas, let's do the recap. Solid do not take the shape of the container and it cannot flow in the air because it have a definite shape and a definite volume. Liquid and solid. Liquid take the shape of the container because it do not have a definite shape and it cannot flow in the air because it have a definite volume. And what about gas? Gas do not have a definite shape nor a definite volume. So that's why it can take the shape of the container and it can flow in the air. All matter, solid, liquid and gas made from tiny particle is called molecule. So have you ever imagined that? Every matter is made of molecule. They are so small, tiny particles. So they are so tiny particles. All matter are made from that. So as you can see the molecule in a laptop, when you will go near and you will see there are so small tiny particles because a laptop is also solid because it do not take the shape of the container and it do not flow in the air because it has a definite volume. So let's come back. So I will tell you how to see molecules in a matter. First you go near to the laptop and you will see they are so small particles. So that particle are called a molecule. As you can see the structure of molecule, they are like this. Salt molecule, oxygen molecule, a water molecule and a surger molecule. Now come on next topic. Type of molecule in solid. Now as I tell you that a solid have a definite shape and a definite volume, so that's why it cannot flow in the air and it does not take the shape of the container. So let's come, what type of molecules are there in solid? There are tightly packed molecule in a solid. There are tightly packed molecule in a solid. So now you will think tightly packed molecule? Tightly packed molecule are in solid because a solid have a tightly packed molecule, so that's why it can flow in the air and it does not take the shape of the container. So that is the reason why a solid do not take the shape of the container and do not flow in the air. Now as you can see, these are the molecules of solid. You can see they are so tightly packed, but there are small space between each molecule, as you can see. Now come on next topic. Types of molecule in a liquid. So what about a liquid? I said you that a liquid do not have a definite shape, but it have a definite volume, so that's why it cannot flow in the air. So it take the shape of the container. There are loosely packed molecules in a liquid. So that's why there are loosely packed molecules in a liquid. So that's why it cannot flow in the air, but it can take the shape of the container. So as you can see, there are some loosely packed that have more space between each molecule. There are loosely packed molecules in a liquid. Now come on next topic. Types of molecule in a gas. So we have learned what is a gas. Types of molecule in gas. There are very loosely packed molecules in a gas. So there are very loosely packed molecules in a gas. So that's why gas takes the shape of the container and it can flow in the air. As you can see, the molecule of gas, it has more space between each molecule. As you can see. For today, only this much. See you in next video.